Hi, my name's Leona from Supra Conscioussoul, and this is your February or end of January, February Divine Feminine reading. I was called to just do a reading today. I've been having a few conversations and the energy, so I was just called to do this reading, so I thought I'd share it with you. So, the Divine Feminine, yeah, she has strength underneath the deck. So, she's being called to tap into her inner strength. This inner strength is allowing her to have a sense of healing. It's allowing her to it's almost like transmute the energy. So she's healing herself through having this inner strength, but she's got this compassion as well. She has the compassion for the situation as opposed to anger. She's kind of in a good place in terms of it's like I'm also seeing that, yeah, the energy is in a good place because it's like it's continuous, it's infinite. It's almost as if she's in flow with the energy and she's not trying to use it in a over masculine way, let's say. She's definitely using her feminine wiles there to charm the lion. So she comes into the reading as the Queen of Swords. Now, this has a lot to do with the healing aspects, I feel. This is about being hurt. She's been hurt in terms of the Queen of Swords. She's been a victim at some stage of her life. She has had something happen to her that caused her to put up boundaries. It's also about feeling like the things that are happening before, or the things that have happened to us before, it's like she's got this storm warning cloud and she's like right, there's a storm coming. What do I need to do for preparation now? I need to kind of set this in place. I need to set this in place because I know before when this happened, it caused me to feel like this. So I'm going to make sure that this boundary is in place to set that. She's going through those kind of motions. She's deciding, look, even with the hand, she's deciding this goes here, this goes there. It's that kind of, she's asserting her independence as well, but it's asserting her independence, but she's also using her wisdom and her logic in terms of what's happened in the past in order to set those boundaries for other people or even for herself. Like, I'm not going to go past this point. She has that clear sense of boundary. So underneath that, talking about boundaries, she has the Four of Pentacles. Now, this is a sense of, it is a covering of her heart in a way, but it's also a covering of her heart in the sense that she's like, look, I'm putting that energy into my finances right now. I'm trying to build something stable because the Four is about building stability. She's trying to create some sort of financial structure for herself, possibly to do with independence, yeah? Possibly to do with having to set boundaries in her life. It's causing her to have to sort out certain structures within her life, but it's also another kind of protective energy. The Four of Pentacles is about putting up boundaries, so possibly it's hiding behind the boundaries of work, let's say. Yeah, it's hiding behind the boundaries of responsibility as well. So she also has the Four of Swords. Now, this is her going through a process of meditation. It's a process of deep reflection of herself. It's like she knows that there's times when she needs to kind of just rest and take some self-care. There's it's also a processing of stuff after a battle. So it's like a processing of all these swords, because like the three follows, the three before is talking about heartbreak, it's talking about sorrow, it's talking about loss, it's talking about some kind of mental suffering. In the Four, it's learning how to deal with that mental suffering, but she's dealing with one sword at a time. She's taking her time. She's hanging up the other swords. it's a sense of processing. It's a subconscious processing, that system that she's going through. She's also checking out her faith as well. She's also reconnecting to herself, and that's through the meditation, that's through this subconscious work that she's doing, possibly in dreams, because with this it's about allowing your subconscious at night to deal with one thing at a time, rather than your day-to-day self dealing with trying to deal with all four. So she's going through a process of reflection. In the next row, she has the Empress. This is her trying to create. This is an abundance. This is a great love of self. It's like her reflection in the outer world shows that she is nourished, shows that she is putting effort into herself in more ways than one. It's not just about what she's growing outwards. She knows that in order for this cycle of life to go, she knows that she has to nourish the soil before she plants the seeds in it. So there is that circle, but that also is with the body and with the self. So she's taking some time for self-care, for nurture, to allow herself to be more feminine, which putting up these boundaries has allowed that now. It's like putting up these boundaries and looking at it in a logical way rather than in an emotional way has allowed her now to kind of connect to that feminine nature. It's allowed her to kind of connect to that. She's connecting to the vibration of abundance, let's say. And that is very much echoed in the Nine of Cups, which she has in the center of her energy. This is a focus on a focus on fulfillment, possibly self-fulfillment as well, because it does. But she's working with the energy of gratitude. She's working with the energy of being thankful. Or if you're not, then it's about working with that energy to bring in that abundance. She's also calling in her soulmate, because underneath we have this. So it's like almost a reflection of the energy. That's down the center row. So that's telling me that's her main hope. That's her main wish. It's about growth. It's about calling in her soulmate. It's about calling in somebody who is a reflection. Somebody, it's not just a reflection. It's wanting to have that relationship on a deeper level. It's calling in depth to relationship. It's calling in fulfillment from relationships. But it's also, with the Nine of Cups, there's a fulfillment of self first, because sometimes this energy can be a little bit selfish. But it's not in this reading, because I'm seeing it. It's I need to fill my cups before I can allow this other cup to come in. It's almost like she's saying, I need to be in a place where I can accept that cup without feeling like I failed in some way. It's almost like she wants to rise to the challenge of her own self-fulfillment in some way. So then we move on to the Ace of Cups in the future row. This is talking about her now coming from that place of self-fulfillment and allowing it to kind of generate out. Once you've filled your own cup, you can then, it's like a blossoming. There's a peacefulness within this energy. There's a peacefulness in what she's offering. There's no chasing cards here. The energy is calm. The energy is muted. It's not an energy of any kind of speed. It's very earth and water based, this energy. We also have the Queen of Cups underneath that. And this is talking about the Queen of Cups can sometimes fill every space that she is given. But I feel like in this reading, there's almost like this sense that because she's put up these boundaries, because she's done that in a logical way, because she's creating something substantial for herself in the material world, within her own self-fulfillment, it feels like she's allowing herself to tap in when she needs to. Because I feel like a lot of her thing is less emotional, but it's more intuitive. She's listening to her dreams. She's listening to the signs. This isn't a queen that is like oh, I'm playing victim, and it's not like that. She's listening for the signs, and then she's allowing them signs to take her on an emotional journey, it seems. This is about dreams. It's also the card of Pisces. We have another water sign here, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. We've got Taurus or Libra there. We've got Libra, Aquarius or Gemini. And also with the Strength card, we've got Leo energies here. So, in terms of the guidance cards, we've got community and spiritual ancestors. So this is talking about your spiritual ancestors are saying that the divine feminine is reaching out to her community. She's reaching out to other divine feminines. It also suggests that there may have been some deceit at some point, but it's like the guardian angels. It's like with these two cards, I'm getting that there's the good and bad in community, there's the good and bad in society, and it's almost like there's a guiding to find where it's finding your tribe, so to speak, with these two cards. But either way, you've got the guardian angels and you've got the ancestral spirits there. So they're saying to you to just reach out to your community more. Think about the vibration aspect of the community. Think about what's on your wavelength, what goes with your flow, what goes with your new energy, because you also have new life from the wisdom of the oracle, and it's 39. So that would be a 12, and it's a hanged man number firstly. So that's about taking some time. It's like maybe there's a new perspective being given, so that's allowed for this new energy and this new life. It's almost like there's been a sense of waiting for this new energy. There's been a sense of waiting for this change in energy as well. It further breaks down to 3, so it's talking about the beginnings of starting to put your energy into something, the beginnings of starting to put your energy into creation, into creating this relationship. New life as well could also, for those that are in union, it's about more a case of adapting to each other within that flow, adapting to allowing it to be a very intuitive process as well. Your final card was the self-control from the higher self. And I feel like the divine feminine is in a very self-controlled place right now. That and the meditation card and the listening to the dreams. I feel like she's pulling back, even in terms of her energy, while she sets these boundaries in place so that the rest of the thing can move forward, the rest of the energy can move forward as need be, because I feel like there's certain things that she needs fulfilling before she feels like she can move on. So yeah, the inner child card that I pulled, the whimsical tarot, sorry, went out of my head, was the 3 of Cups. So as you can see here, this links with the community card as well. This links with it's creating groups, creating networks, creating structures, having fun. It's about the divine feminine connecting to possibly more of her closer feminine. There's a victory within that. There's a celebration of the feminine, let's say. There's a celebration and a nurturing of the self here as well. So I really do hope this has helped. Take care. Stay blessed. Bye-bye.